lines on my face getting clearer. The past is gone. When night like dusk to dawn, isn't that the way? Everybody got the dues and I the pay. Living, learning from fools and from sages. You know it's true. All the things you back to you. Sing with me, sing for me, sing for laughter, sing for the tears. Sing with me, have a jump on it, let me to my
beautiful knockouts behind me, but our two fierce competitors who have waited a long time for this bout. Please welcome Joe Smith Jr., Maxim Vlasov to the stage. This bout was scheduled originally for February 13th.
What's going on?
In Vegas, inside the bubble. But at the weigh-in, Maxim tested positive for COVID. We are still following COVID protocols and procedures here in Oklahoma, but so far so good, and we are looking forward to this light heavyweight championship bout Saturday, April 10th. It'll be live on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Plus at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. The co-feature, fantastic Efe Ajaba and Brian Howard, 10 rounds in the heavyweight division. Our undercards will be live and exclusive on ESPN Plus beginning at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, 2:30 Pacific. That's 4:30 here in Tulsa. That's a lot of times, but just remember 5:30 Eastern on ESPN Plus. The undercards are going to feature undefeated heavyweights Jared the Real Big Baby Anderson, Sonny Conto, junior lightweight contender Albert Bell, featherweight prospect Duke Reagan, and some Tulsa fan favorites Trey Lippy Morrison and Jeremiah Milton. I want to get right into it because we've been waiting for this one for a long time. I know both of you have. Natalia is with us as well for Maxim. But Joe, I want to start with you because this is a big one for you. It's a big one for him. The fight was postponed. You decided to get married. Now you postpone the honeymoon. How exciting is it for you to be here in Tulsa, ready to get it on Saturday night?
It's very exciting being here. It's been a long time, long wait. I had to go through some tough obstacles to get here, and I'm just excited to get in there Saturday night and put my hands up.
Congratulations on the wedding. Obviously that's a big step in life for anybody. I'm married. I've been there.
Just waiting for me to put on a great show for everybody so we can go have a good time together.
That'll be a fun honeymoon. That'll be a fun honeymoon forever. Natalia, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Welcome to the press conference. Maxim, it had to have been disappointing for you, obviously testing positive right before the fight. How has this layoff affected you? Are we going to see any ring rust? Because it's been 16 months since you've been in the ring.
Значит, Максим, здравствуй. Скажи, конечно, то, что у тебя тест показал положительный результат на COVID в прошлый раз, он тебя расстроил, мы это понимаем. Но теперь расскажи нам, был вынужденный такой простой в 16 месяцев у тебя. Как это на тебе отразилось? Увидим ли мы какое-то ржавение ринга в этот раз, либо нет?
Практически уверен, что никакого ржавения вы не увидите, потому что, у меня огромный опыт, и к тому же все это время я тренировался, всегда был готов и оттачивал свои навыки, поэтому все будет, наверное, даже лучше, чем в прошлых боях. Здесь запредельная мотивация, и я готов на все 200%.
I'm sure that you will see no ring rust at all this time. I have been training, I have been preparing well, I have been sharpening my skills, and I'm ready to do my all and my best 100%.
I look down at my card and I see 45-3 with 26 knockouts. That is an exceptional record. That's a lot of fighting. How does it feel to finally have your first shot at a title?
Я посмотрел на твои бойцовские рекорды, я увидел на твоей карте 35 побед, 3 поражения, 20 с лишним нокаутов. Скажи, пожалуйста, как сейчас ты себя чувствуешь, когда при всем этом огромном опыте ты первый раз борешься за звание чемпиона?
Я чувствую себя так же, как и, наверное, молодой и менее опытный боец. Я взволнован, естественно, для меня это очень большая возможность и большая ответственность, поэтому я возбужден и мотивирован очень на этот бой.
I feel the same as a younger boxer who is less experienced than I am, because this is the greatest chance for me. It's a great responsibility that I'm taking the risk, and I'm very excited and I'm pretty motivated for this fight.
Very good. I'm going to come back over here to you, Joe. And, similar vein, 2 days before the fight, back in February, positive test puts things on hold. That's got to play with your psyche a little bit, the mental preparation that goes into a fight. Here we are again. How are we feeling this time around? And again, same question. Any ring rust, any jitters, anything that we need to be concerned about coming into Saturday night?
No, it was a little disappointing that day finding out I wasn't going to be fighting, because I felt I was 100% and ready then. But, I enjoyed my wedding for the night. And then that week I got back to the gym and I've, been working just as hard, every day, putting in all the work I need to. And I feel 100% and ready to go.
Yeah, my next question here was about the training and, somewhat being disappointed, like you mentioned. But, hey, distractions with a wedding are a good thing. How was it walking back into the gym, starting training again, knowing that, hey, we're going to do this again. We're going to Oklahoma, and we got to get going?
Well, it really wasn't starting again. I just continued it, and it was great. I got in lots of sparring, lots of running, lots of everything. So I'm in the best shape of my life, I believe, and ready to go.
That's fantastic. This I mentioned. This is Maxim's first shot at a title. This is your second chance now at a title. You've been there before. Mm-hmm. You came up a little short last time. We know how disappointed you were. What's different this time?
After my loss to Bivol, I went back to the gym and started working on things that I picked up in the fight that I was, getting caught for, or, not landing enough punches because I wasn't busy enough. So, I got back into the gym. I worked on those things, and I feel like it's all coming together now, and I'm an all-around, fighter.
Fantastic. Natalia, I want to ask Maxim, he's been a professional. You've been a professional now for 16 years. What would it mean to you to finally have me announce on Saturday night and new? What would that mean to you to hear those words?
Значит, скажи, Максим, ты профессионалом уже борешься как профессионал 16 лет. Скажи, что для тебя будет значить, когда я буду объявлять тебя в субботу на нашем ринге?
We're going to head directly over to the boots. Ennis, Sergey Lipinets. Press media thing after that.
Я думаю, что это как бы венец, так скажем, моей карьеры. Это вот та точка, до которой я всегда мечтал дойти. Конечно, она не конечная, но это, наверное, одна из тех целей, к которой я стремился, и я буду, естественно, счастлив просто находиться в ринге и участвовать в таком бою.
Well, yes, of course, this is a crown, career crown that I've always been wanted for, been aiming for, and I was wanted to be there, and I will be happy. I'll be more than happy to be in the fight and to be on the ring next Saturday.
Have you had an opportunity to scout your opponent? And if so, what are some of the things that he does really well? And what are some things that you think you can exploit in the ring on Saturday night?
Скажи, была ли у тебя возможность разведать, хорошо узнать своего оппонента? Какие вещи вот ты для себя вынес? Что можно сделать? Как можно его победить в субботу? Какие у него слабые и сильные стороны?
Естественно, как и любой боксер высокого уровня, и в боях такого уровня каждый готовится и просматривает бои. Естественно, я просмотрел несколько боев, но давайте, наверное, не будем говорить о слабых и сильных сторонах и не будем раскрывать свои планы на этот бой.
Well, of course, on the side level, everybody takes preparation seriously. So I have as well. So I have watched some bouts with Jaron, and I have learned something. But of course, I would not like to talk right now about their weakest or strongest points and disclose any strategies or plans that I have for this fight.
Copy that. Respect it. Appreciate it. Thank you. Joe, same thing. You know. Go ahead.
Я понял, я это
Copy. Thank you. Same thing for you, Joe. You know what you're walking into. Anything that you see over there that you're going to have to avoid, or are there things there that you think you can exploit?
Basically, I know he's just a busy, aggressive guy. He's got a lot of experience, so, you know, I just prepared well, and I'm going to get out there and give it 100%.
I'm going to ask you the same question I asked him, because I think it's why we do it, right? When you hear "and new," what will that mean to you?
You know, it's going to be a great feeling, and I know it's going to bring lots of opportunities to me, and, you know, it's just going to be amazing. It's everything I've been working for since I was 13, so looking forward to it.
Well, that's all I got for this afternoon, you guys. I want to thank you both for your time. If I could, I'm going to have you both leave your microphones on your chairs and go down front here for a picture. Mikey is going to grab a couple shots, but just it's our first face-off. I know you got a busy schedule the rest of the afternoon. Joe Smith, Maxim Vlasov for the vacant WBO light heavyweight world title, coming to you live from Osage Casino Hotel here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. This main event will be live on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Plus, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific. That's 9 o'clock here in Tulsa. Saturday, April 10th. As always, on behalf of Mr. Bob Arum, the best in the business, this is boxing. This is Top Rank. My name is Mark Chinook. This is Joe Smith. Joe Smith Jr., Maxim Vlasov for the vacant WBO light heavyweight world title. Coming to you live from the Osage Casino Hotel in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We'll see you tomorrow for the weigh-ins, and it all goes down Saturday night. Have a great day, everybody.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to head over to the Boots Ennis live media. I guess you can say it's the Fight Week final press conference. Back in the saddle over here. Hold on 1 minute. Let me join. So if you don't know, the winner of Joe Smith Jr. versus Maxim Vlasov is going to be the WBO 175-pound champion. That's the title that Kovalev beat Anthony Yarde for. It was vacant at the time, remember? And then Canelo beat Kovalev. Hold on, let me join this Zoom. And Canelo dropped it to move down to 168, where he's going to be campaigning. And now you're going to have Joe Smith Jr. taking on Maxim Vlasov after Gilberto Ramirez. Long story with that. So it hasn't started yet. We'll begin soon. Perfect. So this is a good time to pull up the rankings. Hold on. Take your time out, please. Like the video, subscribe, and T-Street Controversy with FightView360.com. I'm going to be here streaming a lot on Saturday. We're going to be here for the Shannon Courtney versus Ebony Bridges fight. Conor Benn versus Samuel Vargas. Then I'm going to take a little short break. And then, damn, UFC is on too. Whew. It's going to be a very, very busy weekend. A very busy weekend. So I'm going to be doing a lot of streaming. And tomorrow, of course, we're going to be here for the weigh-ins for all of these fights that we're discussing right now. I covered Maxim Vlasov before. I covered him when he fought in the World Boxing Super Series. I covered him multiple times. Here, I'll pull up his resume real quick while I'm pulling up the rankings. I mean, I got Joe Smith, and to be honest, maybe I'm becoming a crazy ass, but I gotta be honest with you. I think that a common man, Joe Smith, very, very common man, I think he might be able to rock in there with Bertabiev. I think he might be able to do it. Now, I'm not saying he'll be able to outbox Bertabiev, but he might be able to knock his ass out. Remember how he had Dmitry Bivol questioned in life? What's taking this doggone Zoom so long? Well, they're starting up pretty soon. Yes, I'm covering every fight on the televised Showtime card, and we're also going to have the post-fight interviews from everybody. So just make sure you tune in on Saturday night. We're going to have highlights, post-fight interview, and the immediate post-fight press conferences with the fighters, with live Q&A. So you should be here. Oh, guess what's starting?
I have the clip as far.
This is Maxim Vlasov.
Okay, Corey, I think we're ready when you are.
I got to go. Why not?
Thanks so much.
You'll see what I'm saying.
And welcome to the press who join us today. Sorry for the delay. Working out some scheduling backlog a little bit here on site at Mohegan Sun. So thanks for your patience and for being with us. Really excited for this week. It is a very big weekend of fights on Showtime. As many of you know, we recently announced a new alignment with one of the world's leading mixed martial arts promotions, Bellator MMA, whereby Showtime is now the exclusive home of live Bellator action. It's important because tomorrow night is our second of 3 consecutive Friday nights of live Bellator fights on Showtime, as we welcome mixed martial arts back to the premium TV network here at Showtime for the first time since 2013. As part of the launch, we're offering new subscribers to the Showtime streaming service a special offer, a really aggressive one. You get 30 days of free trial, followed by half-price subscription for the following 6 months. Again, it's a really aggressive offer, one that we don't often make, and we've seen MMA fans take advantage of it. It's available to boxing fans. It's available to any new subscriber that should come to the network. So I wanted to highlight that. It's also relevant for the MMA space, not to belabor this too long for the boxing press here. I know why you guys are here.
Volume.
But the main event on Friday marks the beginning of a light heavyweight World Grand Prix tournament. These eight-fighter single elimination tournaments are a Bellator trademark. And this one at 205 pounds is sure to be a good one. Everyone in the industry knows that the Bellator light heavyweight division is the best in the world. It's the most stacked. It's their deepest division for sure. It's the most competitive in the world. But what's important to the boxing fan is that we're going to follow that with the terrific Showtime Championship Boxing triple header on Saturday night. This is the first of what we expect to be many back-to-back combat sports fight nights live on Showtime. The Friday, Saturday sort of double header, if you will. You'll see some specific cross promotion in both shows, both on Friday and on Saturday, catering to both audiences, the boxing and the MMA audience, to cross-pollinate, so to speak. So be sure to check that out. Friday night, live at 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 Pacific. Now for Saturday, we're excited to see 2 excellent welterweight prospects in Jaron Ennis and to Eimantas Stanionis, both at different levels of their development, no doubt, but taking on the toughest respective challenges of their career. We also have an excellent junior bantamweight world title fight that just might steal the show. Before we get to the fighters, I want to give you a couple of quick notes on Saturday's boxing telecast. Mauro Ranallo, who's been calling our live Showtime Championship Boxing events for years, he's going to call both the live Bellator fights on Friday and the live Championship Boxing fights on Saturday. Interesting double duty for him. Again, we expect him to be doing that many times throughout the coming months. We also have 4-time world champion Abner Mares serving as ringside analyst, along with Hall of Famers Al Bernstein and Steve Farhood. And we have multi-time Emmy Award-winning sports reporter Jim Gray returning to Showtime Championship Boxing on Saturday for the first time since we returned from the disruption more than a year ago. So with that, thank you for your time. I want to welcome in Greg Domino, who will take us through each of the fighters on the card and take your questions. Greg?
Thank you, Chris. Great introduction. We have Jonathan Rodríguez here at the Mohegan Sun, and he is with us and ready to go. Jonathan, can you hear us? Excellent. So Jonathan Rodríguez enters Saturday night. He will kick off the telecast at 9 p.m., taking on Jerwin Ancajas. 21, 16 knockouts, nicknamed the Titan because of that power he packs there. And, first and foremost, how was training camp, Jonathan?
Más que nada, ¿cómo te ha ido el entrenamiento para esta pelea?
Pues fue un entrenamiento de 2 meses aproximadamente. Hicimos un gran campamento, una excelente preparación. Ya llevo un poco más de 2 años esperando la pelea y estoy muy emocionado.
It was a great training camp. It was approximately a 2-month training camp. He's been waiting for this fight for almost 2 years now, and so he's ready, and he feels he's prepared well for this fight.
Excellent. And I'd just like to remind the media members on the call, if you have a question for Jonathan or any of the fighters as we go through today's sessions, please just click the raise your hand icon and I will get to you in order. So you're taking on a guy in Jerwin who is, one of the longest reigning champions in the sport. He's confident. He's made 8 successful defenses. How do you get him out of that comfort zone and make this an uncomfortable fight for Jerwin?
Tu oponente es un buen peleador, ha sido campeón por muchos años. ¿Qué vas a hacer para sacarlo de su elemento el sábado para ganarle la pelea?
Sí, lleva ya al parecer 8 defensas exitosas, pero soy un rival muy diferente a sus demás rivales. Lo voy a presionar del primer round. Vengo con mucha hambre, con mucha decisión y una excelente preparación. Y va a conocer a un guerrero mexicano.
Yes, he's a great opponent. He's achieved a lot of great things, but he's never faced a rival like me. And come Saturday night, he's going to put the pressure on him from the very beginning. And he's prepared well, and he's excited for this fight. And he's a great Mexican fighter in front of him.
Right, and this is your first fight in the United States, first time on Showtime. So welcome. What does this moment mean for you? It's a huge title shot in a stacked division with some of the biggest names to have come about at 115 in a very long time. So what does this moment mean to you?
Es tu primera pelea aquí en Estados Unidos, tu primera pelea en Showtime. Este momento, ¿qué te significa para ti?
Me siento muy entusiasmado. Sí, es mi debut aquí en Estados Unidos contra un gran campeón y pues muy feliz, muy contento. Es una gran pelea para mí, pero muy motivado. Yo tengo muchas ganas de ser campeón del mundo. Mi familia me apoya, mis hijos me apoyan y acaban de ser mi hija, entonces me siento bien contento y bien feliz y vamos a darle con todo.
He's very happy, very excited. His family supports him. His daughter was just born, so it gives him a little extra motivation. And he's ready. He's ready to put on a show and make his name known here in the United States.
Thank you, Jonathan. So we'll go to some questions from the media. First up is Carlos Toro. Floor is yours, Carlos.
Hi, Jonathan. Thanks so much for taking time to talk to us. You were out of the ring for about 18 months or so, if I remember correctly. You came back last December. How important was that last fight that you had in December to sort of shake off that long ring rust and sort of get yourself even more ready for this fight?
Tú peleaste como por 18 meses y peleaste el diciembre pasado. ¿Qué tan importante era tomarse esa pelea como para venir en esa pelea?
Sí, pues era muy importante. Una pelea súper buena, la verdad, ganamos en un round y pues me sentí en ritmo, me sentí fuerte en la pelea del 4 de diciembre, íbamos contra un gran rival, hicimos una excelente preparación también y pues me he mantenido y me siento fuerte, me sentí muy fuerte en esa pelea.
Yes, it was a good fight. We got him out there in the first round, but we prepared well and we've continued that preparation from that point on, and he feels really good.
You mentioned that you've been waiting for this fight for 2 years now, and do you feel like, that extra time, that long wait probably gave you maybe even more time to prepare, especially given that Jerwin has not fought since 2019?
Has esperado 2 años por esta pelea. ¿Tú crees que ese tiempo te ha ayudado a preparar más para tu oponente?
Sí, así es. 2 años, ya lo tengo bien estudiado, ya conocemos sus virtudes, sus defectos, hicimos una estrategia en base a eso y como te digo, ya estoy ansioso por pelear y creo que esos 2 años me estuvieron ayudando mucho.
Yes, we've been studying him for 2 years now. We understand what his weaknesses are, his strengths are. And come Saturday, he's going to show what his training camp has showed in the strategy, and he's ready for it. He's anxious to get in the ring on Saturday.
Lastly, the long rivalry between Mexico and the Philippines is one that has been rich with great fights. How exciting is it to sort of get the opportunity to fight in your first world title fight and to also add another chapter into that legacy?
La rivalidad de filipinos y mexicanos han ido gran peleas. ¿Qué te significa eso para ti?
Sí, es una gran rivalidad México-Filipinas. Recordar las peleas de Juan Manuel Márquez contra Manny Pacquiao. Yo estuve viendo esas peleas desde niño con mi papá y pues es una emoción súper grande, súper fuerte porque yo soy ahora el boxeador que está arriba del ring y pues me siento muy emocionado, te digo, de México-Filipinas. es por orgullo y voy a levantar la bandera de México con mucho orgullo y vamos a ganar.
Yeah, the Mexican Filipino rivalry is a big rivalry. He remembers watching Juan Marquez and Manny Pacquiao fight when he was younger. So it brings a lot of extra motivation. And come Saturday, he's excited. He's going to bring up the Mexican flag with him once he wins the world title.
Thanks, Jonathan. Best of luck this Saturday.
Mucha suerte.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carlos. Next, we'll go to Keith Idek from Boxing Scene.
Hi, Jonathan. Jonathan, the 115-pound division obviously is stacked with a lot of great champions, Estrada, Chocolatito, Sorong Visay. How do you think that Ancajas compares to those other champions?
La división tiene muchos gran peleadores, Chocolatito, Estrada. ¿Tú dónde miras tu oponente? ¿Dónde está el nivel comparado a ellos?
Pues un campeón del mundo también. Es un campeón del mundo así como lo es Chocolate, como lo es Gallo Estrada, como lo es el japonés Kazuto Yoka. Entonces, es un campeón del mundo. Yo me baso en eso. No me importa tanto el nombre, yo voy decidido con quien me pongan a pelear y en eso me baso.
He says the 115 is a stacked division. It's a lot of great fighters, and he's a world champion just like Estrada and just like Chocolatito. But that doesn't really affect him much. He doesn't go in the ring thinking that way. He's just prepared for Saturday to give a good fight.
And Ancajas has become more of a boxer in recent years. His trainer has implored him to box more than to brawl, which he did earlier in his career. But you're going to pressure him a lot, obviously, on Saturday night. What type of fight are you expecting? Are you expecting a brawl, a war? What type of fight?
Tu oponente más que nada se ha enfocado en el boxeo con su entrenador. ¿Tú qué piensas? ¿Qué tipo de pelea va a ser este sábado?
Va a ser una guerra, una batalla fuerte, una batalla de sangre, una batalla de choque. Como te digo, es por orgullo. Ya tenemos 2 años esperando la pelea y yo sé que él está ansioso. Yo estoy ansioso por pelear y por demostrar al mundo mi potencial y que estoy listo para ser campeón del mundo y pertenecer a la elite.
It's going to be a war. It's going to be a war. It's going to be a bloody war. He's going to put the pressure on him for the first round, and it's going to be an amazing fight. And he's ready. He's ready for Saturday.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Gracias.
Thank you, Keith. Next question is from J.R. Bell.
All right there, Jonathan. My question is, how important was it for you to get back in the gym soon after your win over Julian Yedras in December?
¿Qué tan importante era que regresases al gimnasio inmediatamente después de tu victoria en diciembre?
Pues sí, estamos en preparación, como te digo. No fue algo difícil ya que estábamos en preparación y regresamos a la siguiente semana de volada al gimnasio. Entonces mantuvimos la preparación ahí como de mantenimiento y ya en enero iniciamos la etapa fuerte de preparación para la pelea.
It was very important to get back in the ring immediately after being off for so many months. So he feels great. It's helped him out to get that win in December, and he's staying that same mentality and same physical strength throughout that time.
Now, how has it been, going back and forth, seeing that, you've had a newborn child? So how's it been contacting your family while being in training camp?
¿Cómo te ha afectado? Acabas de nacer tu hija. ¿Cómo has estado en contacto con tu familia? ¿Cómo te ha afectado mientras estás entrenando?
Sí, mi hija tiene 5 días de nacida. Yo no estuve en su nacimiento, no estuve junto a mi esposa, junto a mi hijo, pero estuve ahí, me hicieron una videollamada. Y pues la he visto en fotos, sí me pega en lo sentimental, no poder verla, no poder abrazarla, pero es una motivación más para mí y quiero llevarle un cinturón a casa.
Of course, it affects me. Not being able to see my daughter born. She was born 5 days ago. He's only been able to see her on pictures, but it motivates me. It motivates me to do better and to become champion on Saturday.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Gracias.
We have one more question from the media. Kenan Atchison.
Hey, Jonathan, thanks for taking the time out today. Do you feel as though you're an underrated fighter in the 115-pound division right now?
¿Tú piensas que eres un peleador que no te mira tanto en esa división comparado a los demás?
Sí, muy poca gente me conoce, pero yo conozco mi potencial, conozco mis fortalezas. Yo sé que tengo una buena pegada y sé que después de este sábado voy a pertenecer a los Elite.
Yeah, so I'm a little underrated. People don't know me as well as they do the rest, but I feel very strong. I have a good punch, and come Saturday, everyone will know my name.
All right, you just mentioned you carry a good punch. You also have almost a 70% knockout ratio, and that's probably the highest of any of his opponents he's ever had. Do you feel like your power will probably be the difference in the fight?
Dices que pegas muy fuerte, tienes un knockout de 60%. ¿Tú sientes que esa va a ser la diferencia este sábado?
Sí, así es. No me confío en mi pegada solamente. Sé que tengo algo de velocidad, sé que tengo mucha inteligencia, sé boxear, me sé fajar, pero sin duda yo tengo una excelente fuerza en mi mano derecha y eso va a marcar la diferencia, como tú dices.
Yeah, I do believe my right hand will make a difference, although I'm not just relying on my power. I've got a good speed. I know how to read the ring well, but I do feel that the right hand will make a huge difference on Saturday.
All right. Thank you, Jonathan, and best of luck to you Saturday.
Suerte, dice.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for the questions, and thank you, Jonathan, for taking time out of this busy fight to speak with the media. Congratulations again on the birth of your daughter, and hopefully, wish you best of luck and bring a world title to your daughter. Thank you. To the media, we'll be right back momentarily with Thomas Dulorme.
I got some questions for Jerwin and Ancajas whenever he comes on. So this is all live real time, by the way. Also, we're going to be here live streaming during the event. Brief legal highlights. We'll be able to listen to the post-fight interviews. Also, Showtime does the post-fight media Q&A like they're doing now. They do those directly after the fights, before the fighters go do their drug test and see the doctor. So they leave the ring, walk to the back, sit at the media table, and do their interviews. So between each fight on the Showtime telecast this weekend, we're going to have that content uncut. So, busy day. I've been here streaming. Started this morning with the Conn versus Samuel Vargas and Shannon Courtenay versus Ebony Bridges. Going to be streaming during that tomorrow. Also, we got Saturday. We're going to be here tomorrow for the weigh-in for that card and this card. So, getting back into the mix of things. I had a couple of weeks off with boxing. I broke my hand. Got a 5th metacarpal comminuted fracture. My hand is fucked. So I'll go back in a couple of weeks to see if I'm going to get surgery or not. But anyway, enough about me. So we're waiting for Thomas Dulorme to join the call right now. Let me get the schedule real quick to see who exactly is on. This call is going to be about, we're going to be here another 45 minutes, maybe longer. Because that was just the first participant right there. And they're going through all 6 fighters that are supposed to be on the card. Hold on 1 minute. Let me pull it up. So, yeah, we just got done with Jonathan Rodríguez. Thomas Dulorme is next for 15 minutes. Then it's going to be Sergey Lipinets, Jaron Ancajas, Stanionis, and then Ennis is going to end the call. So Ennis is not supposed to be on until 4:15. It's 3:30 now. Where's my time at? There it is, right there at the bottom. But they started 15 minutes late, so no telling when he gonna come on. So in the meantime, we gonna chill, relax, chew the fat. What's going on, Thomas?
All right, we're back. We welcome Thomas Dulorme to the stage here. The 31-year-old will return Saturday night. He's in the co-main event against Eimantas Stanionis. Another welterweight battle, 2 welterweight battles topping our card on Saturday night on Showtime. We want to welcome him, but first and foremost, Thomas, how was training camp?
Thank you for the opportunity. The training camp is great. I'm working very hard in the gym for 8 weeks, 10 weeks, working hard every day, and the training camp is perfect for me.
This is you've been in the ring with several world champions throughout your career, Ugas, Jesse Vargas, Terrence Crawford. Now you're facing a guy who's on the rise in that position that you were once in. What is that like for you? The tables have turned. Now you're facing an up and coming prospect.
You know what? This is a good fight. This is a good fight for the fan. This is a good fight for me. This is a good fight for my careers. And this is the great fight at this moment for me, for sure. The people, Thomas Dulorme, stay in the business.
Just a reminder to all the media, if you have a question for Thomas, please just raise your hand and I will get to you. So it seems like the chatter on boxing Twitter and on the boxing blogs is that this is going to steal the show on Saturday night. You and Stanionis is a guaranteed firefight, all action affair, full of knockdowns. Do you see it going that way? Is that what you want?
You know what? The fight is way to two different things. Sometimes go this way, and sometimes go the other way. The fight maybe finish quick, maybe not, maybe good to around, working hard inside, outside.
All right. Well, we will get to some media questions here. First up is Jeremy Harris of Fansided.
Hi, Thomas. Thank you for taking the time to talk. I'm curious, kind of looking at Stanionis on film, you know, obviously he's got a lot of hype right now. How do you think he compares to some of the other big name fighters that you fought in the past?
Oh, this is a good question. I see a couple of fights for Stanionis, the last couple of fights I see in the video, but I don't know. I need to go inside to the ring and working and for answer this question.
You've never had back-to-back losses ever throughout your career. How much is that driving you to win this fight? Do you feel like that could be a big setback to your career?
Since I win this fight, you know, this is the good for my career, you know, and try and working hard for win this fight and push all my energy and Saturday night for win this fight, all my mind inside the ring, and this open more opportunity for me for the future.
Final question for me. Looking back at your last bout against Jamal James, what were some of the things that you learned from the fight, and is there anything that you're planning to improve on or do differently in this fight?
Yes, I'm learning a lot in the Jamal James fight. You know, Jamal James is too tall. He's a little bit weird fighter for fight. Yeah, I'm learning a little bit thing, and thus my plan for Saturday night is both different fighter. You know, Jamal James and Stanionis is both different fighter. You know, my training salas and all my training in Las Vegas, those the best plan for me for Saturday night.
Thank you, Thomas, and best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeremy. Next, we'll go to Sean Brown. Sean, the floor is yours.
Hi, Thomas. Thanks for speaking to me. How are you?
Hey, Sean. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. You're 31 years old, and this is going to be your 31st fight. Do you think this fight is make or break for your career in terms of world title aspirations?
Oh, I don't think this is going this way. But the only thing I need is win this fight. This is more opportunity for me for win this fight. If I lose, I go back maybe 8, 10 pass away. You know, I'm trying to win this fight, working hard, and for more opportunity in the future.
Now, I spoke to Stanionis today, and he said that he's going to throw bombs and you're going to throw bombs. Is that how you see the fight playing out?
Yes, and yes, I believe and go and I don't know in English, but I say in Spanish, yo lo voy a cazar, you know, and this is the way the fight is going.
Now, obviously, he's very inexperienced in terms of his professional career compared to you. Do you think that your experience will be vital on Saturday night?
Yes, of course. Let's see let's see how he's swimming in the round 8, round 9, and let's see.
That's great, Thomas. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. Next, we'll go to J.R. Bell.
All right, there, Thomas. My question to you is, like, how are you feeling there going into camp? As you know, we kind of like saw you slated for a fight like earlier this year, but you weren't able to make it. So, how are you feeling going into the camp and then finishing camp before this particular fight against Stanionis?
Man, good, man, good. I'm do 3 training camps this year for fight when the fight is not happening, and this fight is happening. I have 1 more day for the fight is happening. The wait for tomorrow, but I feel great.
Now, you were talking about the fight against Jamal James earlier, but here against Stanionis, he's a little bit shorter. So, do you think that you are kind of like going to be making adjustments for this smaller fighter and a different style than Stanionis in comparison to Jamal James?
Yes, of course.
All right, thank you, Thomas.
Thank you.
Thank you, JR. Next, we'll go to Michael Rosenthal.
Hi, Thomas. Greg sort of asked, Greg sort of asked this question, but maybe you could expand. This has the feel of you being sort of a stepping stone for Stanionis. Do you get that feeling also, and how do you feel about that?
I'm feeling good, because Stanionis is coming forward. It's different fighter to the Jamal James. Stanionis is coming forward. He stay in the middle. He's throwing punch. And this is, for me, it's more easy stay in the fight and do my job.
Okay, thanks, Thomas.
You are.
Thank you, everyone. So again, Thomas Dulorme, co-main event Saturday night on Showtime, taking on Eimantas Stanionis in a huge crossroads fight in the welterweight division. Thank you, Thomas, for the time. Good luck Saturday, and we'll see you on the scales tomorrow.
Thank you, everybody, for support my career. Thank you, all the friends today. Thank you.
Thank you. And we will be right back in a moment with Sergey Lipinets.
His English has gotten much better. I remember all those years back, HBO was like super crazy behind Thomas Dulorme. Me, I was never really too high on him, but however, I do like him now because he always, like, one thing for sure is, even if he does get beat up, he does come to fight. So let's go ahead and look at the card real quick before Sergey Lipinets comes on. You're going to have here. Let's go here. I'm breaking this stream up into multiple videos. It's too much going on over here. So, Boots Ennis versus Sergey Lipinets. Stanionis, Lord knows, I keep butchering his name. Let's call him E.T. is taking on Thomas Dulorme. And Jerwin and Ancajas versus Jonathan Rodríguez. I'm really interested, and is this Holyfield son? I'm really interested in why Jerwin and Ancajas is over in PBC right now, and he's been on a layoff for what? Since 2019. So his opponent, who started off the Zoom call, seems pretty confident, and what we've learned about Ancajas is he can be up and down. Either he can look great, or he can look like really, really average out there. I'm not high on Lipinets either. I'm not saying it's not going to be a good fight. So going back to Ancajas, when you look at, and we're going to talk about this a little bit more in detail because I have some questions for him if they allow me. I'm starting to believe that maybe he's going to be moving to 118 pounds. To fight Casimiro. They're under the same stable. Because why go over the PBC? You see what I'm saying? And with the layoff, you have to think that maybe it is the weight. Because look, we do know that Estrada versus Chocolatito 3 is going to happen now that Estrada is the WBC franchise champion. Rungvisai and Calderas are probably going to fight for the regular WBC title. And then you have Jerwin and Ancajas right here. And you have, so basically, I guess what I'm saying is, he took himself politically out of a lot down here and put himself up. It seems as though this is where he's going. It really seems as though he's going to 118 pounds. And if I don't get to ask the question during this Zoom call, I'm hoping that somebody else does. You see what I'm saying? So take your time out. Please subscribe. We are going to be here on Fight Night, live streaming all of these fights. Well, during these fights, not live streaming the fights. That is illegal. That is copyright. We're not doing that. But we will have brief, fair use highlights. We will have the post-fight interviews and the post-fight media press conference Q&As. Please subscribe. T-Street Controversy with FightView360.com. So they're going to be starting up again soon with Sergey Lipinets and Jerwin and Ancajas. And then after that, it's going to be Stanionis and Boots. So, where do we begin? Also, remember, UFC is that same day, and the Zone has a card and Top Rank on ESPN. The rumors are that Terrence Crawford and Manny Pacquiao was going to get announced this weekend. Do you believe? I wanted to be Terrence Crawford versus Sean Porter. I would love that. But Terrence Crawford versus Manny Pacquiao in the Middle East, I guess the money's guaranteed. Manny Pacquiao are going to fight wherever they're giving him the guaranteed money. And even now, another big fight, Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua, that ain't looking too good either. Like, boxing is on some real weirdo shit right now. It's really extremely frustrating. You know, because it's like, yo, why it take us so long to make these fights? And when you look at what UFC is doing, even though boxers make more money, you know, they don't bullshit around with their big fights. They, you know, they make them shits happen. Like, look what's been happening at lightweight 135. We've been hearing all these guys talking all of this shit going on and lying to Mike Tyson and everything. Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, all the talk they've been doing, and none of them are fighting each other. That's boxing. That's the fucked up boxing world that we're in. So once again, we're here live real time, waiting for Sergey Lipinets to join the media Q&A. And you know what else has crept up on us? Next week is Ben Askren versus Jake Paul. Looking forward to that. I'm serious. I'm dead for it because I think that Jake Paul gonna lose. And I can't wait to see it. Is that a crime? Then lock me the hell up and throw away the goddamn key. If that's a crime, then lock me the hell up and throw away the damn key. That's what I'm saying. Why did the WBA have to strip Pacquiao? They didn't strip Pacquiao. I don't know. That's fake news, bro. We don't tolerate fake news in around these parts. Where you coming with your fake news? You better watch it. I'll have HR get you out of here. Better watch it. He was elevated to champion in recess, meaning it's like it's still another belt. It's a belt. You see what I'm saying? It's a belt. They elevate him. Champion recess mean you've been elevated. Like, that means you're a special ass fighter. It's like you can still be champion, you know, but basically when he comes back, he has to fight the super champion Ugas. But no, they're not going to do that. It's the WBA. Why are we even talking about them? They make me so They make me so sick. They make me sick. The WBA makes me sick. Also, they got a media something coming up soon. I'm going to troll it. I trolled the WBA president before, Gilberto Mendoza. He turned his nose up at me and bit his thumb. He was like, I was trying to ask him, like, yo, bro, what the fuck is up with this WBA gold belt? What does it mean? And he was like, we're going to talk about that at a later date. And he never talked about it. Lying ass nigga. Tired of him. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. You see, I'm already getting untethered. So anyway, busy weekend in combat sports, man. I broke my hand. That was whack. It's feeling better though, but I'm sleeping. I'm supposed to have my brace on, but I'm using the mouse with the brace. The splint just don't do me any good. Hold on, I'm doing some stuff in the background. I don't know what's going on with them and why they're taking so long. They're gathering Sergey Lipinets. Hold on, give me a minute. I'm doing some background shit. On the card. All right. So anyway, where were we at? What were we talking about? We were just talking trash. So, you know what? I am looking forward to Shannon Courtenay versus Ebony Bridges. I really don't give two shits about Conor Benn versus Samuel Vargas. I really don't. I mean, I'm going to cover it. It's the right thing to do. But I want to see the girls throw down. I want to see if Ebony Bridges is good. Me personally, you want to know the real truth? I just think she's eye candy. Like erotica, high erotica too. Top tier erotica. But, you know, we're going to see tomorrow. We're going to see tomorrow. No, it wasn't no damn assassins. T Street had delirium. I was in a coma. Cut me some slack. The Common Man fights tomorrow. The Common Man. So the Common Man beats this dude. He's gonna be the WBO champion, and it's looking like Bertabiev. That fight is going to happen. The winner of this fight versus Bertabiev to be a 3-belt champion.
All right, thank you everyone for hanging on. We welcome to the stage now at Mohegan Sun in Uncasville, Connecticut. Main event, Sergey Lipinets, 31 years old, 16, 1-1, 12 knockouts. He was a force at 140 pounds, former IBF world title holder. Only career loss is to 4-division world champion and possible future Hall of Famer Mikey Garcia. And on Saturday night, we welcome him to Showtime again to take on Jaron Boots Ennis in the main event, a welterweight fight with high stakes. The winner sets himself up for a future title shot and pretty quickly probably. So just welcoming to the stage. How was training camp, Sergey? Tell us how the last few weeks have been for you.
We're having problems hearing that.
Oh, you can hear it?
Yeah, just a little bit louder, please. What was the question again?
Just asked how training camp has been going for him.
Как было, как все происходит?
Да, всем привет, всем большое спасибо Хейману, Showtime, мистеру Спиноза, моей команде, моим менеджерам, тренерам, всем моим спарринг-партнерам, всем моим болельщикам, всем любителям бокса. Наш кэмп был отличный, супер спарринг-партнеры, супер работа была тяжелая, мы тренировались долго, упорно, и мы готовы к этому бою, все великолепно.
Well, hello everybody. First of all, I want to thank Al Heyman, Showtime, for having me on, and my team. The camp went just great. Everything went perfect. Great sparring partners. It was not easy. It was real hard, harder than probably I ever had. But we went through it, and it's really good now. I'm ready to go.
Excellent. And so I have a few questions. And this is a little out of order, but we have some mail-in questions that I'll throw at you. So despite the odds, do you think your experience gives you an edge in this fight on Saturday night?
Despite the odds won again?
It was, does he believe that his experience will give him the edge on Saturday night?
Ты думаешь, твой опыт тебе поможет в этом бою?
Да, я боксировал с такими хорошими бойцами, как Майки Гарсия, выставил все 12 раундов, с ними боксировал и с мной. Ламон Питерсон, который был в 2 весовых категориях чемпиона мира и выиграл у него. У меня побольше опыта в боях с именитыми бойцами. По части больше профессиональных опытов у Энниса, конечно, у него 26, у меня всего 16, но все же я дрался с такими звездами уже, и я уже проверил себя, плюс я дрался 12-раундовые бои. Энис еще не доходил до 12-раундовых боев, поэтому я думаю, для меня это плюс.
Well, the only edge that I see is my opposition, which was, I think, better than Ennis's opposition. I already had fought Mikey Garcia, won 12 rounds. I fought two-time champion of the world, Lamont Peterson, and those are guys that will push you to the edge. And I already had gone 12 rounds. The only thing, I mean, as far as the professional experience, I mean, Ennis has more professional fights than I do, and the only difference is he never won 12 rounds, and I'm sure he'll be ready, and I'll be ready as well. So let's get it on.
Yeah, that's a great lead into the next question. That Jaron obviously has never been past 6 rounds. He's very aggressive. He starts aggressively and early. How do you to counter that early attack, and is the plan to take him into the later rounds?
Jerwin агрессивный боксер, и он обычно начинает сразу агрессивно и сильно идти вперед и бить. Как ты планируешь просто его эти атаки все отбить и ждать, чтобы прошло так 6 раундов, чтобы затащить его на территорию, где он еще нет?
Я думаю, что он готов ко всем 12 раундам. Он отлично тренировался, готовился на все 24 раунда. И мы не ставим ставку на то, чтобы отбиваться 6 раундов, а потом начать вдруг атаковать. Нужно работать с первого раунда по 12-й, не останавливаясь. Наш план физически быть сильнее, быстрее и умнее.
Well, we're not basing our strategy on him being weaker. I mean, after 6th round or stronger first 6th round, I'm sure he's ready, and he's probably ready for the 24 rounds if it's going to take 24 rounds. But all we're going to do is we're going to work consistently, just keep on throwing punches and keep on coming forward, and pushing ourselves to the edge and trying to push Jaron to that same edge, and that's what's going to take us to be winners, and we'll see whose hands is going to be raised up.
Thank you. And just a reminder to all the media, please raise your hand if you have any questions. I have 2 more, and then I'll toss to the media. Your last fight was a very close draw. What did you learn from that experience?
Предыдущий бой был как очень ровный бой, ничья. Чему тебя это научило?
Ну, нужно делать все, чтобы не полагаться на судей.
Well, mostly just don't depend on the judges. Yeah, it's never a sure thing.
So is that the plan this week too? Not to depend on the judges and look to end the night early?
Ну, это и смысл бокса. Здесь люди хотят друг друга нокаутировать и тем самым выиграть, а не бегать 12 раундов. В этом и красота бокса, что выходит на охоту и старается выиграть нокаутом.
This is the cornerstone of boxing game. We both of the fighters want to knock each other out. That's what makes it more watchable and more attractive. And you coming out there, you're trying to hunt him, he's hunting you, and you're looking for openings there. If they're not there, you got to be creating them, and that's the plan. Of course, knockout ultimately is a goal of every fighter out there.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we will get to questions from the media now. First up is Keith Idek.
Yes, my question is for both Alex and for Sergey. I'm just wondering, Alex, maybe not necessarily by Ennis himself, but do you feel that Sergey's being overlooked going into this fight?
Do you want me to answer that?
Both of you, if you could.
Как ты думаешь, они смотрят на тебя уже как бы, ну, за тебя? Думаешь, что они смотрят на тебя как уже, ну, дан deal?
Ну, я не слушал и не переводил, что говорит Энис, и поэтому мне все равно смотрят они за меня, передо мной, после. Мне главное, мы отлично готовы, нужно выйти, сконцентрироваться и показать все, что я умею на 100%. Вот и все.
Well, Sergey's saying he never listened to what Ennis has been saying, and who, you know, he doesn't look at the media and the comments on the upcoming fight that they're gonna have. It doesn't matter to him how they look at him as an underdog or as a favorite. He's coming out there as in any fight that he already had previously. He's coming out there to do his job and make the best out of it, and that's what he's gonna do. I mean, he's ready, and you know, he feels healthy. There is no problem. So that's the bottom line. He doesn't care about them looking at him in any way.
And Alex, what is your perception of that going into?
My perception is very simple. I mean, look, I know how they look at him, and I know what they think. And I've been told, you know, I told people before, you know, sometimes if you look at the stepping stone, it might be too high, you might trip over it. So I wouldn't be, that's their burden, you know, they put it on themselves. I mean, I wouldn't count anyone out. And in my career, in Sergey's career, I mean, there were people that coming in and look, you know, they were looked up as an underdog, but, you know, look what happened. You know, you can look at Ruiz and Joshua. You can look at a lot of fights that, you know, people were obviously looking at, you know, underdog and saying he ain't going to last more than 2 rounds. I know Sergey. I know him from the get-go and how he is, and I'm not concerned at all.
And Alex, could you just ask him also, beating Ennis would obviously be a great win for him. Can you ask him what he thinks that would do for his reputation and where that would move him in the welterweight division?
Как ты думаешь, что победа над Энисом делает для твоей репутации?
Ну, здесь, в Америке, он популярный боец, и он вырос здесь тренировался. Плюс мы деремся за обязательного претендента, как я понимаю. Поэтому все, что нужно для бойцу, это пояс и деньги. Нам платят деньги, нам обещали приближение к поясу чемпиона мира. Это все, что нужно.
Well, you know, he's a young and upcoming fighter. He's obviously well known here in the States. I think I got my share of fans as well. And all we want, you know, every fighter ultimately wants a shot at the title and money. And that's, you know, that fight gives us both. And that's what we're looking at. Of course, if we, you know, should I win that fight, it's going to solidify me in a position to fight for the championship of the world, get a crack of the big dogs out there, and that's all there is to it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. The next question will come from Sean Brown.
Hi, Sergey. You said that you hope that this is a good action fight and that you don't want Jaron to run in this fight. Do you expect this to be an all-action fight, or do you expect him to box on the back foot and as you said, run?
Как ты, что ты ожидаешь от этого боя? Что он будет боксировать с тобой, или ты думаешь, он будет с тобой идти на войну, рубиться?
Ну, он, в принципе, он умеет и то, и двигаться, и рубиться, и у него и в левой стороне, и вправо, он разносторонне развит, поэтому мы готовились и к первому сценарию, и ко второму, поэтому посмотрим там уже в бою, потому что иногда ты планируешь что-то, а потом, когда тебе попадают, и у тебя совсем другой план. Поэтому мы посмотрим, что будет в бою, но мы ко всему готовы.
Well, I can't decide what he's gonna do, but from what I've seen, he can do both. He can fight, he can box. It doesn't really matter. He's a full package, no doubt about it. And whatever he's going to be doing in the ring, we were getting ready to bring the opposite and come up with a scenario in number one, number two, number three, whatever that is. We are ready, and that's the bottom line.
Okay. And not many people have seemed overly keen on fighting Ennis. What was it specifically that made you take this fight, other than you think you can beat him? Was there any specific reason that made you take this fight?
Многие боксеры отказывались с ним драться. Почему ты решил взять этот бой?
Ну, я не знаю про насчет многих. Хороший боец, не скажу, что он прям какой-то супер опасный или какой-то супер бьющий. Нам предложили хорошие условия, мы приняли, и сейчас посмотрим, какой это боец.
Well, I don't know who turned it down and who didn't turn it down. I mean, if you follow my career, I've never turned down a fight. I was offered a fight. The conditions were met that we had, and and he's just not a fighter. He's got same skills as many out there, and I was never scared of a fight. I love fighting guys. That is a challenge. He presents a big challenge. That's all.
And do you think, after your last fight against Clayton, where it ended in a draw, it was a fight that many expected you to win, do you feel as though you have something to prove on Saturday night?
После того боя с Клейтоном, что все думали, что ты его просто там снесешь, а он был ничьей. Ты думаешь, что тебе сейчас надо что-то доказать боксерским фанатам, что они ошибаются?
Ну, Клейтон очень хороший боец. Он участвовал на Олимпийских играх. И все бои, которые мы смотрели, он шел вперед и дрался. А выйдя со мной, он выглядел раза в два, наверное, больше. И после пару раундов вдруг он начал двигаться назад, бегать, прыгать. Мы не готовились к марафону, мы готовились к боксу. И поэтому очень тяжело заставить кого-то, если он не хочет драться. Я думаю, что Энис, наоборот, ему нравится экшен, драка и бокс, поэтому у нас получится отличный бой для фанатов бокса.
First of all, Clayton is a great fighter. He's, I don't see that many people lined up to fight him either. I watched his fight previously when I was told that I was going to fight him, like about 10 days before the fight. And he was always aggressive. He's a big guy. He's a really big guy. If you looked at us, you could see the difference. And after 2 rounds of little action, he decided to just start running. It's not a track and field. It's boxing. So I was really expecting him to stay in the trenches and kind of go at it with me. Well, it didn't happen and kind of threw me out of my game. I've hurt my hamstring, but it is what it is. I mean, it's look. I mean, it was a great fight, to be honest. I mean, I watched that fight over again, and I still believe I won.
Okay, thank you.
All right, next question comes from Rick Muhammad.
Hey, Sergey, how you doing? Thanks for taking this time to meet with the media, and also thank Al Heyman, Showtime, and TGB. I wanted to ask you, do you guys have any concerns based on the style of fight that Boots Ennis brings to the ring? He likes to go at a lot of angles, the ring generalship and everything. But as we all know, styles make fights. Any concerns going into Saturday night's fight versus the likes of Boots Ennis?
Энис любит делать, такие движения, он такой меняет стойки, у него стиль такой, знаешь, неортодоксальные. Тебе каким-то образом это тревожит?
Да, он неудобный, но у нас были похожие спарринг-партнеры, и мы готовились к этому. У нас отличный был спарринг-партнер, который делает все это и даже чуть быстрее. Поэтому я думаю, что мы готовы к этому ко всему, и получится отличный бой.
Yeah, definitely. We knew that he's awkward enough, and he's really not easy to fight. He's a switcher upper. He switches from left to right, and he does it when you less expect. But we knew what we were facing, and more or less just got sparring partners that were doing close enough to what Ennis is doing, and maybe even better. I mean, it's just that we were getting ready for whatever it is he's going to bring in the ring. That's all.
Thanks a lot, champ. Much respect to you guys. Rick Muhammad, Brawler Sports Media, out. Let's go, champ.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you all very much for the questions. I guess I would just ask one more question of you, Sergey. You've said a few times now, you'll be prepared for whatever fight breaks out on Saturday night. Jaron's been on the record saying he's always the one to control what kind of fight plays out. Do you is your plan to come in there and set the course for it, or what do you say to that?
Ennis уже сказал, что он всегда контролирует, что происходит в рингу. Ты планируешь ему помешать это делать?
Ну, конечно, нужно. Каждый боксер хочет контролировать и навязывать свой стиль бокса, свою скорость, какая ему нужна будет. Поэтому нам нужно будет навязать свой стиль, свою скорость, менять ее постоянно. Нам нужно будет входить ближе к нему, поближе, потому что он длиннорукий, очень высокий боксер. И мы над всем этим работали весь кэмп, поэтому будем делать так, как нужно будет.
Well, sure. Everyone wants to control what's going on in the ring. I mean, I want control. He wants to control, and eventually we'll see who's going to prevail. That's the bottom line. I gotta do what I gotta do to go past his long arm length and get in a position to throw my punches. I gotta make sure that I make him do some mistake that I can explore and use into my advantage, and that's the name of the game.
Indeed, the name of the game. Thank you very much, Sergey, for taking time. Thank you, Alex, for
Thank you very much.
Saturday night main event. Jaron Boots Ennis against Sergey Lipinets, welterweight, huge fight, huge stakes on the line. Thank you, Sergey, and thank you, everyone. We'll take a brief intermission, and then we'll be back with Jerwin and Ancajas. Thank you.
All right, let's talk for a little minute. Now, I remember, I believe it was before he fought Mikey Garcia, where I binged pretty much all of Sergey Lipinets' fights. And believe me, I believe all of them, if I'm correct. If I remember correct, and my memory is pretty crappy these days. I believe that all of them are available for you to watch. But his mainstream fights, Mikey Garcia, Eric Bonet, Lamont Peterson, Ensign, Castillo Clayton. I've covered all of these. I've done a live post-fight reaction video. 16-1-1 with 12 KOs. I'm not really high on him. I believe he's really a 140-pound fighter fighting at 147. He's a food. He's food for a lot of these 147-pounders out here right now, these welterweights. Now, he's taking on an up-and-coming fringe contender in Jaron Boots Ennis. People have been begging, and salivating for him to finally get a really, really good, solid, big step-up fight. And this is that fight, 26-0 with 24 KOs. By the way, on this Zoom call, the last two participants are going to be Jerwin and Ancajas, 115-pound IBF champion, and also Jaron Boots Ennis. Ennis, how do you pronounce his name? We're going to learn now. So, looking at the rankings at 147 pounds, the question is the Castillo-Clayton fight. The winner of that.
All right, thank you, everyone. Very brief intermission there. We welcome Jerwin Ancajas to the stage. Representing the Philippines, Ancajas, 32-1, 2 draws, 22 knockouts. He is 29 years old and IBF super flyweight world champion since 2016, which makes him not the longest reigning world champion, but he has the most title defenses of any current world champion, which is a huge honor. And we welcome him to the stage here, and we welcome him to Showtime for Saturday night. He will open up the show against Jonathan Rodríguez in a huge title fight. So I'll kick it off with Jerwin. How was training camp? How was preparations?
Thank you, sir. First of all, I would like to thank God and also PBC and Showtime to have me here in this event. And me and my whole team is so happy because, and also will thanks Sir Shan. He wants to give me a fight here, and
How the training camp go?
and we are so prepared for this fight because this fight is almost 1 year, and my coach and Coach Jovina will always study my opponent, and we work hard for this fight, sir.
Excellent. And to the members of the media, if you have a question for Jerwin, please raise your hand and I will get to you in the order. So being that, as noted, that you have the most title defenses of any current champion, Saturday on Showtime will be your 9th title defense. What does that mean to you to keep that streak going?
For me, sir, this fight is so very important to me. On also my title, I want to defend this title, sir, because every fight is very important. That's why I'm always keep this title, sir.
Great. Well, we will start with media questions. First up, I will toss to Jeremy Harrages of Fansided.
Hi, Jerwin. I know that you've been out of the ring for 16 months. How frustrating was that? And is there any fear of ring rust when you fight on the 17th, on the 10th?
For us, sir, we not frustrated because we always train, and we believe that Station give us a fight for me, and
yeah, it's not too frustrating. He stayed focused and stayed ready. So he understands it's frustrating for everybody. So he just made sure he stayed ready.
I know that a lot of people have talked about Estrada, Chocolatito, Sorung Visay. Do you feel disrespected when they don't mention your name along some of those others?
For me, sir, I understand that, sir, because maybe he don't know me yet. We try to, every fight my fight, I'm always give a good fight because I want also to know my name for them. That's why I'm very excited if we have a chance to challenge them.
Obviously Jonathan Rodríguez is an action fighter. You're an action fighter. What do you expect as far as the type of fight he's going to bring to you?
For me now, sir, I'm promised that that Saturday night I'm going to good fight. I'm ready for what Jonathan Rodríguez what he do and fight, and we are ready for that, sir.
Yeah, what he
Thank you.
expects, what he expects too, though, is Mexican and Filipino. It's a great rivalry. Manny Pacquiao, Marquez, Barrera, Morales. So Jerwin is very prepared. He's watched Jonathan. He knows the kid is hungry. He knows he's coming for the title, and he just welcomes a really good action fight.
Thank you, gentlemen, and best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you, Jeremy. Next, we'll go to Steve Angeles from the Filipino channel.
Hi, Jerwin. Hi, Sir Sean. Steve, so pwede ito mag-Tagalog. So, Jerwin, parang tagal na hinihintay mo itong laban to, di ba? Mga October 2019 pa. And syempre, nabanggit siya, if you're not as recognized as the others, do you feel medyo dahil sa hintayin nito, parang na-delay ang momentum mo coming into this fight? Do you think parang motivation yan that ganun tagal na, we need to fight na? So, anong feeling mo na, or relieved ka ba na nangyari na ito?
Yun sir, hindi naman po ako talagang, yung isip ko talaga, hindi talaga, kumbaga hindi ko pinagmalaki na ganito na ako, dami na ako na depensa. Kasi yun nga, di pa nga tayo kilala sa mga ibang champion. Kailangan pa nating magsikap na para makilala nila, sir.
Salamat. Good luck.
Salamat, sir.
Thank you very much. I have one chat question that comes from Giandra LaBeouf. Jerwin, what do you want your legacy to be in the sport when it's all said and done? Being a fighter from the Philippines, the comparisons to Manny Pacquiao are there. So just curious what you want your legacy to be.
You understand legacy, like when you're all done, what?
For me, sir, I don't want, in myself, I don't want like a ceremony, because ceremony is a high level, very high level in the boxing. He's done in boxing so very high for me, but for myself, sir, I'm still focused on what God give me, what God give to me.
Yeah, what he's saying too, he wants people to remember him for being a champion that give it his all. Every time he got in the ring, he did what he could, and God, with whatever blesses him. And he sees his legacy as after this fight, being able to fight some of the top guys, the Rongvasais, whoever's out there that's left after that 4-man tournament. And he just always, his legacy to him is what he gives in every fight. He always comes to the fight and give the fans his best, and he just wants them to remember him for that type of guy.
That's excellent. Thank you, Sean. Next question will go to Terrell Van.
How you doing, Jerwin? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
How you doing? Good luck this weekend. Can you explain your plans at 115 pounds going forward, and how right now are you feeling at the weight? Because the the platform move from Top Rank ESPN to Showtime does raise some questions. So I guess what I'm asking is there a potential plan to move up in weight within, I'm guessing, the next year?
He's asking first at 115 what you want to do first, and then when you think about maybe you may move up to 118.
For me, sir, it's my weight now is I'm okay. I'm comfortable for my weight 115. Then Sir Shan, all the plan is all about Sir Shan, what he planned for us.
Okay, and a final question.
I can help you real quick with that a little bit. He's looking, of course, to win on Saturday night, and coming over to PBC and Mr. Al Heyman. He's looking at fighting whoever's left after the 4 guys fight: Rongvasai, Chocolatito, and the other 2 Quadras. So whoever's left out of that Estrada is kind of what he's targeting. That fight there, or possibly Ioka. He wants a signature fight because he's tired of a lot of people criticizing him, saying you haven't fought anybody, even though he beat one of the best champions ever in McJoe. Arroyo. He's had some nice wins along the way, but everybody wants that signature fight. So after this, that's what he's targeting, and then sometime next year he'll look to move to 118 after he finishes at 115.
Perfect. You answered my question. And final question: did you get a chance to watch Estrada versus Chocolatito 2? And who did you think won?
Estrada.
Yeah, who did you think won? Remember we watched the fight. Who do you?
Estrada and Chocolatito. Oh, for me, sir, Chocolatito.
He thinks Chocolatito won.
All right, perfect. Good luck this weekend.
All right, thank you. Most people did, so you're not alone.
But I bet Estrada, but and
It's a good fight though.
All right, thank you. Next question. We can go to J.R. Bell.
Right there, Jerwin. People were talking about the fights that are there at 115 with like an Estrada or Chocolatito or so run beside. But one guy that's there is the WBO champion, Kazuto Ioka. Like, how about the possibility of fighting Ioka if you're not put in a position to fight either one of those guys that are mentioned before?
Would you like a fight with Ioka, the WBO champion?
Yeah. We always before, sir, we always calling the name of who's the title holder in my division, sir. We always if you Ioka, I'm ready for Ioka, sir.
He's happy to fight any of them. If the opportunity comes up, he's not afraid to fight Ioka or anybody at 115. More than happy to.
All right, thank you very much.
Thanks.
All right, next we'll go to Sean Brown from Boxing Social.
Hi, Jerwin. It's been mentioned, obviously, that you haven't fought for about 16 months. What has the last 16 months been like for you personally outside of the sport?
For the last 16 months, what was it like when the pandemic, 7 months in the Philippines before you came to the US?
We always train there, sir, in my survival camp. Then before we go here in the US, we always train, sir. We always send focus for this fight, sir.
Yeah, the good thing what Jerwin's saying is he built a gym, he has like a farm called Survival Camp where he lives and trains, and he has a lot of boxers there in his family. So from March until October during the pandemic, he was able to work out, he was able to kind of stay focused, and then he arrived in the US October 1st. So he's been here 7 months. He missed Christmas, he's missed his son's birthday, and he understands a lot of people have had issues too and missed things. So he's been able to stay focused. He has a good team around him. His coach, Jobin Jimenez, Jonas Sultan's been here to spar with him. So even though he hasn't been able to fight in that time, he's never stopped training properly. So he feels that he's very prepared still to meet the challenge on Saturday night.
Okay. And do you ever get fed up or bored hearing guys' names like Chocolatito and Estrada mentioned during your interviews? And does that make you want to put on a statement on Saturday night and remind people of what you can do?
Yeah, basically, do you get tired of hearing the comparisons? Why don't you fight Chocolatito, fight this guy? And then Saturday night, you want to make a statement to let people know Jerwin and Ancajas is here.
For me, I'm always stay stay at what I'm now, because someday I know someday I will go in the top and try.
Yeah. What he's saying, he doesn't mind hearing the names. It's a compliment. You know what I mean? Yeah. So he knows one day it will come, and he will get the opportunity to fight one of those guys. And of course, Saturday night, being on Showtime, fighting for PBC, absolutely wants to, he knows a lot of people are going to be watching. So he definitely wants to make a great statement and a great fight. So of course, he can move forward and have his name still in the mix with all those guys.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank you. You got a good name too, champ.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we just have one more question here from the media. Cynthia Conti, the floor is yours.
Viva Cynthia.
Hi, Jerwin. Hi, Sean.
Hey.
Cynthia Conti from Ring TV. They asked about it earlier, the legacy fights, Chocolatito, Ioka, Estrada, and even Cuadras. Out of all of those names, if you had to choose one name, belt or no belt, it doesn't even matter, what would be the career-defining fight for you?
For me, I want Chocolatito, because the Chocolatito before I saw only in the TV, and he's my idol. And now I have, if I have an opportunity to fight Chocolatito, I want that fight, man.
And your English is getting so much better. What are you doing to learn, to teach yourself? Is Sean teaching you?
He's hanging out in the United States for the last 7 months.
7 months, and maybe I'm so nervous. If that's right.
He's getting better. Yeah. No, thank you, Ms. Cynthia. He's definitely been practicing. He wants to do interviews like this, and he wants to be able to cross over with the American media. So he's very happy to speak the best he can, because his English is better than my Filipino.
And then also, lastly, can you give a message to your Ring TV fans in Tagalog?
Sa lahat po ng sa manood po sa laban ko, humingi po kami ng suporta sa team ko, dasal po, at saka yung safety, lalo na sa aming dalawa sa kalaban ko, yun yung pinaka-importante. At nagpapasalamat ako sa suporta nyo, at ang itong darating na laban, ibibigay namin ng best namin ni Jonathan Rodríguez.
Alright, salamat and mabuhay, Jerwin.
Mabuhay po.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for all the questions. Thank you, Jerwin, for the time. Again, Jerwin Ancajas makes his 9th title defense of his IBF Super Flyweight belt Saturday, Showtime, opening up the show. It's gonna be a huge fight, and we wish you the best of luck, Jerwin.
Thank you.
So I'm guessing he went to PBC because Top Rank couldn't deliver him a fight. After all, he has been on his long layoff. So he is saying that he's going to stay at 115 pounds, and that he's not going to move up in weight. So because my thought process was that, well, since he's going over to PBC, he may be contemplating a move up to 118 pounds, where PBC has a nice little stable at 118 pounds. Hold on, I'm pulling up the rankings right now, where we know they have Rigondeaux, who is now campaigning at 118 pounds. Joel Casimiro is now over on PBC. Remember, him and Inoue was supposed to happen? That's at 118 pounds. I mean, he's at 118 pounds. They have Nonito Donaire, who's going to be coming back against Obali soon at 118 pounds. So when you look here where he is, IBF champion, they're saying that they're waiting for the winner of all these guys to fight. Estrada, Chocolatito 3, and then of course Rungvisai and Cuadras are going to fight. Okay, let me back up. Estrada is now the franchise champion. In order for the Chocolatito 3 fight to happen.
All right, we are back
go.
from a brief hiatus with a bit of a surprise. We're going out of order here, and we welcome Jaron Boots Ennis to the stage. Jaron Ennis, of course, headlined Saturday night on Showtime. He's headlined many show boxes over the years, over the last couple of years, and now he's graduated to Showtime Championship Boxing. He takes on his first former world champion again in Sergey Lipinets on Saturday night in the main event. 26-0, 24 KOs. And last time we saw him was against Chris Van Heerden in December right here at Mohegan Sun in Connecticut in the bubble, same environment. That fight ended in no contest, headbutt. So we can kick this off with, Jaron, what did you feel about, after that fight? I know it was, the end of your KO streak. It was not ideal. What did you do to get back, get your head right, get back in the gym and everything?
Oh, well, you know me, I just went right back to the gym on Monday and did what I need to do and, just to get better and prepare myself for my next fight, which is now.
That's right. Hey, if anyone has questions from the media, please raise your hands and I'll get to them. How was training camp? Can you just speak specifically about any preparations, anything different that you did? How have the last few weeks been?
Training camp went great. Same old, just preparing, taking to the next level. And now I had added a new workout in my training camp, the underwater treadmill. That was one of the workouts, and but that was about it though. Everything else been the same, just doing a little more and preparing myself for the fight.
That's right. As noted, first Showtime Championship Boxing main event. Has anything felt different? How has that experience been for you?
No, everything been it's like normal to me. Only thing is a little bit more media, a little bit more interviews and stuff like that. But I don't mind it, but everything else for the same though. It's just another day in office, another day, another dollar.
Absolutely. Well, we have some more questions and some more interviews coming at you right now. We'll kick Keith Idek from Boxing Scene. The floor is yours, Keith.
Hey, Jaron. I'm not sure if you saw it, but Lipinets told one of my coworkers at Boxing Scene that he hopes that the fight is not a marathon. I guess implying that you were going to run or something. I don't know if he said that exactly, but that it's not a marathon like the last fight was. I'm just wondering if you saw that, and if even if you didn't, what your reaction to that is.
I didn't see it, but I ain't worrying about what he talking about. At the end of the day, he still got to get in the ring with me on Saturday night. And, we're going to see. He could talk all that marathon stuff all you want.
But you've never done that before.
Hey,
so
make sure you guys like the video and subscribe.
Exactly. But, we're going to see. We're going to see, they don't know what I'm going to bring. That's why they always say that. I'm an all-around fighter. They don't know how I'm going to fight. I can fight several different ways, and that's why they always say stuff like that, or they try to say stuff like that. They don't know how I'm going to come. Just know they just got to be ready.
Jaron, winning this fight the way that you're expecting to win it, what does that do for you? As a former world champion and obviously the most accomplished opponent that you have faced so far, what does it do for your career to beat him?
Well, after I do my thing on Saturday night and I do it in a big statement, a high fashion, it's only up. It's only it's only on to the next bigger and better things. The elite fighters, the top 3 guys, and then maybe a world title at the end of the year. So I feel like it's just gonna elevate my rankings up, my superstardom, and just like the start of me being a pay-per-view star and starting Saturday night. It's only up.
Thank you, Jaron.
Thank you.
Thank you, Keith. Next, we can go to Soichi Hayashi. You can unmute.
Yes. You are Philadelphian, right?
I'm sorry, can you say it again?
You grew up in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Yes, so at that town, grew up great champion were born. Joe Frazier, or Tim Witherspoon, Bernard Hopkins, Meredith Taylor, so etc., etc. So, what is your effect, influence to you, Philadelphia to you?
You saying like what they influenced to me, like the people that in Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Just at the end of the day, you gotta coming up. And you fighting on TV, you just gotta put on for Philly and continue the legacy that they put on. So that's my only goal, is to continue the legacy and do my thing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we'll go to Rick Muhammad.
Hey, so what's up, champ? It's your boy Rick Muhammad, Brawler Sports Media.
What's up, man? How you doing?
All right, I'm blessed. Hey, Based on this camp that you had preparing for Lipinets, did anything change in camp? Any concerns? Anything that you may have worked on or tweaked specifically to his style of fight, or is it just business as usual for Boots Ennis? You just gonna go in there, do your thing in camp, and then come out and let them have it?
Yeah, I mean, you put it right spot on. I just do my thing, go in there and just doing my thing and work on the stuff that my pop had me working on and just having fun and making it easy. And that's what we worked on.
Okay, now you said you added. Did you say you added underwater treadmill? Did I hear that right?
Yeah, it's an underwater treadmill. It's good for your legs and your lungs and stuff like that. It's like 3 times a week, like pulling. It's crazy. It feels good.
Wow,
Make you feel phenomenal.
I've never heard of that or seen anything like that. I bet that is like, man, that's about as much as Rocky was training on television for those fights versus all his opponents.
Uh-huh.
But hey, man, much respect to you. Good luck to you on Saturday night. I can't wait to see what's next for you. I'm sure that the title fight is definitely coming your way. Patience is a virtue, brother.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Much respect.
Thanks.
We have a question from the chat here in terms of how you expect to finish the fight on Saturday night. After, returning, what do you value more, getting in rounds or trying to get the stoppage?
I mean, well, everybody know my slogan. I'm in and out like a robbery. But the main goal is, just to be smart, win doing it in dominating fashion, and then if the knockout come. But that's definitely the goal, look good, put on a beautiful performance, and get the knockouts at the end of the night.
Excellent. So next we'll go to Kenan Atchison.
Hey, Boots, how you doing today, man?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, bro. Last time out, you didn't get to perform all the way like you wanted to against Van Heerden, him being a former IBO champ. Was it important for you to fight someone of Sergey's caliber and to help propel you to the next level to being a contender?
Well, like I said before, this is like this the person, like these type of fights I've been waiting for, and this the guy that's gonna take me to the next level, because he has a good name, and he was a former world champion at 140. But yeah, that's it.
And looking at some of his previous fights, were there things that you picked and pulled out of his previous fights from his opponents that they did well that you did implement into your camp and you plan to focus on during the fight?
Well, I don't watch any tape with my opponents and stuff like that. I let my team do that, but they gotta adjust to me.
Flat out. And if you're victorious on Saturday, what's next? You get compared to Virgil Ortiz all the time. What sets you apart from him? And are you going out there and plan on having a better performance than he had the last time out against Maurice Hooker?
I don't worry about nobody else but myself. At the end of the day, I'm going there to have fun, do what I do, and look good doing it, and bring home that knockout. But I'm an all-around fighter, and we just 2 different fighters.
All right. Thanks for the time, Boots, and good luck to you Saturday, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you. Next, we'll go to Luke Carney.
How are we doing, Boots?
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. So, as we know, Sergey Lipinets represents the first real step up in class for you in your career in terms of a former world champion. Just what is it about your style do you believe people avoid, and do you feel like you've been avoided this far in your career?
Well, like I always said before, I've been trying to get these type of guys in the ring for about two and a half years. I've been trying to get top guys, former world champions, top 10 guys, and it just didn't happen. Now I finally got my chance, and now y'all about to see a whole different animal, a whole different beast, and it's time for me to, do my thing. I'm real excited.
Exciting times. And in terms of how much attention do you pay to other young up-and-coming welterweights? You've got the likes of Elvis Rodriguez, Virgil Ortiz, of course. Over in the UK, we've got Conor Ben and Josh Kelly. How much attention do you pay to the next up-and-coming generation that you're a part of?
I don't really pay attention to the up and coming generation. I always focus on myself and how I'm gonna better myself, and just stay level headed, stay humble, and stay out the way, and continue to keep getting better and better each and every fight.
Yeah, of course. And finally, just to finish with, you've got a lot of knockouts on your record, and Sergey's got a high knockout ratio himself. That's safe to say that this fight doesn't go the distance on Saturday night.
Whatever y'all think, but I know what I'm capable of, and I know what I'm going to do, and just don't blink.
Thanks for your time, Boots. Best of luck on Saturday night. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That's the message. Don't blink. Saturday night, Showtime main event. We'll take a couple more questions here, and then Jaron will go. Next question comes from Michael Rosenthal.
Hey, Boots.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks. In terms of style, he strikes me as an aggressive guy who comes right at his opponent. Tell me if I'm wrong, but that's ideal for you, isn't it?
Most definitely. His style is tailor-made for me. Him coming forward, just picture perfect for me. He's going to be running that shots all night long. It's going to be a long night for him.
Fantastic. Thanks. Good luck.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. And next question comes from J.R. Bell.
Hey, what's going on there, Boots?
What's up, man? How you doing?
All good, all good. Now, I've heard from trainers there in the Philadelphia area that kind of compare you to Floyd Mayweather when he was starting out in his career, and you say that you've adopted styles from the likes of him, Roy Jones, or Ward. Does that go into how much talent that you have as a fighter?
I mean, you could say that.
Damn, can y'all help a brother out and like the video?
I feel like I'm different. I got my own style.
For Christ's sakes.
Yeah.
Now, you said, and your father said that you don't really study your opponents and you do your own thing. Does that just go into your level of confidence once you step in the ring against your opponent?
It's that, and like I always say before, when you're in the amateurs, you don't know who you fighting. You fighting the top guys for 6 days, 7 days straight, and you'll fight three tall guys one day. I mean, three tall guys back to back, and then you'll fight two short guys in the southpaw. So you never know, and you gotta adjust on the fly when you're an amateur. So I just took that amateur knowledge to the pro game, and that's what I've been doing. And I feel like these guys in the pros, they gotta adjust to me. I don't gotta adjust to them.
Gotcha. Now you're ranked in the top 10 in TBRB and in some other boxing publications, and so is Lipinets. So you get this win. Do you think that you are ready to step up against the top 5 or get in that title shot ASAP?
Most definitely. I feel like after this, we're not looking past Sergey Lipinets, but after this, I feel like I'll get a top 5, top 3 guy, and then world title at the end of the year.
All right. Thanks, Boots.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question comes from Kirk Jackson. Kirk, are you there? All right, we'll go to Sean Brown.
Hello.
Oh, there's Kirk.
Okay. How you doing, Boots?
How you doing?
Doing good. I like to say it's really good watching your progression. I actually watched you in the amateurs fight in Reno back in 2015. So it's good seeing you from there to what you're doing now.
Oh yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
You're very welcome. You've been very vocal about fighting the best in the division. Which is refreshing. Do you realistically think that if you're able to get past Sergey Lipinets, that you'll actually get a shot against Sean Porter, the Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford within your next couple of fights?
I mean, that's definitely the goal. Hopefully I can, if they need a dance partner, they could just call.
Would you be open to fighting a fellow Philadelphia fighter, Danny Garcia, if that option was available?
I mean, if the opportunity presents itself, yeah.
Okay, and lastly, do you have a preference for your, let's say, your next 3 opponents?
No, I just want focus on April 10th, do my thing April 10th, make a big statement to the boxing world in the welterweight division, and then maybe a top 3 guy, and then, so on and so forth.
All right, well, thank you. I appreciate your time. Much luck to you on Saturday.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, Boots, we have one more question from the media. It's Sean Brown from Box Social.
Hey, Jaron, how are you doing?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good, thank you. There's been a lot of hype and expectation around you over the years, and gradually that's gotten bigger too, and it's easy to see why. Is that something that you've learned to cope with over the years, or is it just kind of came natural and you've adapted to all that expectation?
I mean, I guess it's just natural. I guess I stay in my own lane. I stay humble, you know, and focus on training and getting better each and every day. So that's how you gotta be.
And before Stephen Fulton fought for his world title, he talked about putting Philadelphia back on the boxing map. Is that something you're hoping to be a part of and to do as well? And does someone like Stephen act as an inspiration for you?
That's definitely the goal, you know, to put on for Philly and, you know, have more world champions in Philadelphia. You know, and I feel like we're gonna have more world champions in Philadelphia around this time next year.
All right, Jerome, thanks for your time. Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you to everyone who asked questions. And most importantly, thank you, Boots, for taking the time to speak to the media today. We look forward to seeing you at the weigh-in tomorrow, and we look forward to even more Saturday night, 9 o'clock, main event against Sergey Lipinets. Thank you, good luck, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, appreciate it.
And for all the media on, we still have one fighter left, and Eimantas Stanionis will be up shortly. Thank you.
What do you think about Boots Ennis? By the way, I've been doing media events all day. I'm tapped. So, a statement would be if he stops Sergey Lipinets, who's never been stopped before. Very tough, durable fighter, 16-1-1. As I said before, I'm not very high on him as a fighter. But nonetheless, this will be a nice big step up for Boots Ennis, as you know, Sergey Lipinets, a former champion, 140-pound champion, until he met Mikey Garcia, of course, and lost that title. Since then, his last fight was really a stinker against Castillo Clayton on Showtime to be the #1 contender, IBF contender, for Errol Spence. It ended in a draw. Ugh. In this case, he can crack. But the thing is, I look at Sergey Lipinets as being a 140-pound fighter masquerading around at 147. I don't think he's got the pop up there. To look at the card, though, you're going to have Jerwin Ancajas versus Javier Rodríguez. Jonathan Javier Rodríguez. I got a chance to talk to Jerwin Ancajas on the Zoom call. He is saying that he's going to be staying at 115 pounds. And he's trying to get the winner of Chocolatito and Estrada 3, and also either the winner of Rungvisai and Caldras or Ioka. But we'll see, you know, because him moving over to the PBC side really does kind of raise some concerns. Eimantas Stanionis is taking on Thomas Dulorme, and also a big step up. I've been watching this guy for a couple of years now over on PBC on FS1. So now he's over here at the big leagues. Here's the card as a whole. It's going to be on Showtime. I'm going to be streaming during the 3 major fights. Not, of course, the full fight. That's illegal. That's copyright. But brief legal fair use highlights in between rounds, in between fights. We're going to be doing live scoring, the whole 9 yards. Also, after each fight, they do media Q&A like they're doing right now, but they do them after the fight. The fighters leave the ring. They go directly to the back. They sit down for about 10 minutes, and then after that, they sit down for about 10 minutes, talk to the media, and then after that, they go do, you know, drug testing and see the doctor and everything like that. So, to get back to Boots Ennis, looking at the 147-pound division, if he beats Sergey Lipinets, where does he go next? It has to be for a route for an eliminator. So far, where's he ranked? Number 12 by the WBC. He's not ranked by the WBA. Number 9 by the IBF. Number 7 by the WBO. So basically, he's about one. He's at least maybe one, possibly 2 fights. Maybe 2 fights, not including this one, to be even in eliminator status. So how old is he again? 23 years old. I mean, he's still young. Chris Van Herden, Abreu. Nice little solid step-ups. At this point in time when he forked Mike Arnaldos, that was a couple years ago. But now with this Lipinets, they got to keep that energy going. So politically, he's with Cameron Duncan, a Showtime fighter, fighting on a PBC card, but not necessarily a PBC fighter. Heavy rumors. I remember last year he was flirting with Top Rank. So look at it like he's a bit of a free agent. But if he beats Sergey Lipinets, logically, who's next? Kavalauskas? And you got Virgil Ortiz, who's also out there. Maybe him versus Castillo Clayton to be able to possibly beat, Castillo Clayton cleanly. Now, we're talking about realistic fights. I'm talking about for his next fight, if he beats Lipinets. Maybe him versus Omar Figueroa Jr. If Omar Figueroa wins on the undercard of Andy Ruiz versus Chris Arreola. I doubt it'll be Mo Hooker. It's going to be interesting to see, though. We're going to be here on Saturday night covering the card. Did I tell y'all about the time I got into some beef in Philly? It was some shit had went down. I was fucking Fred. He's always involved in some shit. Well, anyway.
All right. Thank you, everyone,
Ennis
for holding on.
I'm glad
really
they stopped.
appreciate everyone's patience as we've had some intermissions here.
Let's go.
But bringing to the stage in an excellent Biggie Smalls crew neck, I love it, is Eimantas Stanionis, who will be in the co-main event against former world title challenger Thomas Dulorme. This is a fight that, if you listen to any boxing writer out there, it could steal the show. Stanionis has been a rising star. He's been main eventing FS1 cards for the last couple of years, and he is a rising star at 11-0. He is 12-0. Excuse me, 12-0, 9 knockouts. He's been taking the world by storm, taking the welterweight division by storm, and a lot of attention is being thrown at Jaron, Ennis, and Sergey Lipinets for their fight in the main event. So I'll start with that question, Eimantas. Do you feel you are at the same level as Jaron Ennis in your rise in the welterweight division at the moment?
Yes, of course, that he is fighting in the main event, and it doesn't separate me from him. Yeah, I think so. We have both, step up fights, like everybody's saying. He's fighting Sergey Lipinets. He's toughest challenge yet, and Thomas Dulorme is my toughest challenge yet.
How's training camp been for you this time around? Anything different about your preparations?
Everything is good. I'm just, all the time working hard, nonstop. I haven't had good break since my last fight, so I always in shape, always ready, You never know during these circumstances, during the COVID, when you have the call, so I have to be ready all the time.
As you continue your trek toward a world title, being 26 years old, now living in California, but from Lithuania, there's never been a champ from Lithuania. Is there a lot of pressure involved in trying to become the first world champion from Lithuania?
Yeah, it's a little bit because my country is standing behind me, so much, and now especially they will show my fight in Lithuania, so it's like crazy. Everybody going wild, so it's a dream come true. I'm the first one that fighting in United States, and they will be showing my fight in Lithuania, so it's amazing.
If any media has questions for Eimantas, you can raise your hand and I will get to you in the order that you raise them. So you're riding a 4 consecutive knockout victory streak into the fight. Is it important for you to go in there and get the knockout and keep that going?
Of course, we are, entertainers, so we don't have to forget that, we have to entertain people. They're paying, tickets now, they're paying, for the TV. So we have to entertain and we have to, do our best, not just go and just get a paycheck, I think, I want to do my best, like give my heart 100%, and then I'll be happy. It doesn't matter how everything goes, but when I'm giving my heart and 100%, I know I'll be happy and I'll be victorious.
The first question from the media comes from JR Bell. JR, the floor is yours.
Right there, Eimantas. Seeing that you're, getting in this ring not soon after, being in there against Hunter Gonzalez, like, how is it just being like staying in the gym, keeping yourself ready so that once you get the call, it's like you're ready to go right off the bat?
Oh, it's good. It's like Floyd said, when you are, always in shape, you don't have to be ready. So it's good. You don't have to go through 12-week training camp, so. That's good. When you are in shape all the time, it's very good. You don't have to push,
Now you're going up here against Dulorme, who's very experienced and been in a few big fights. So what are you looking to prove to people that may or may not have seen you that many times before?
I think on the Saturday, all the questions, I am good. I can if I can beat any elite welterweight champion, so it will be answered. I will see where I'm, what I'm capable of and what is my level. I think I know, but if I want to know, I have to step in every fight and see what I'm capable of.
All right, thank you there, Eimantas.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. If anyone from the media has any more questions for Eimantas, please raise your hand. In the meantime, Eimantas, if you exit the ring on Saturday night on Showtime successfully, what do you see for yourself next? Do you feel that you're close to a world title shot?
For me, to be honest, it doesn't matter. Who they put in front of me in the fight, I will fight. I will never say no to the fight. Any fight, they can offer me, 2 against 1, I'll go there, So I'm that kind of person, and I always go there and do my best. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and you're one of the few fighters that we've had come into the Mohegan Sun bubble here who's fought a few times in a bubble already. How are preparations different now that you have to cut weight in the bubble environment? Is it hard on you? Is it different?
It's a little bit because here we didn't have hot baths, so it's a little bit difficult. But when you're professional, you know how to do it, and you have to make weight. We signed the contract, you have to be professional and make weight. Of course, it's a little bit different, but it's okay.
Right. I feel like someone or people have asked Jaron Ennis this question many times over the last few weeks of what his future aspirations are. He's at 147 now. He said a move up to 154, 160 are certainly in the future for him. Do you feel that same, or do you feel that you're going to be at 147 for quite some time?
My goal is and my dream to get a belt at 147, and then I'll for sure move to 154. That's for sure. I'll be at 154. 160, I don't know, maybe, but 154, I'll be for sure.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Eimantas, for the time. Thank you to the media who have joined us today. Actually, we just had a hand go up. Let me throw it quickly to RL Woodson.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Eimantas. RL Woodson of Bite Down Boxing. Just wanted to get your thoughts in general on, how you feel this new group of welterweights for the next 1 to 3 years maybe is kind of forming. What's your excitement towards the competition in the division amongst you young guys, and what do you think sets you apart and will allow you to be to rise to the top of the group?
Yeah, so first of all, I'm very, thankful to be fighting on Showtime. It was my dream, and I was just a kid, I was always watching the fights, and it was dream. So yeah, it's like a new era coming up, young, fighters, young and hungry. So we're like, I don't know what separates me. I think, the will to get the win, and the knockouts. So, and my style, I think it's very attractive to fans. So that's, I think, what's different about me.
All right, best of luck to you Saturday. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
We had another hand go up, so we'll go to Michael Rosenthal. If you can unmute.
I believe I am. Hi, Eimantas. How are you?
Oh, good. How are you?
Good. My fellow Southern California resident. My question is, you've been dominated pretty much all of your opponents, which makes me wonder, maybe we haven't seen certain things that you're capable of. Is that true, that maybe we're going to see something else in this fight?
Maybe I'll be like more a boxer, not just going forward, just show a little bit my skills that I can box, not only, go forward and bang. So maybe something different, yes, for sure.
You're obviously young and you're really just hitting your stride, getting started now, but are there times when you're impatient? I mean, are you just dying to get in the ring with a champion, or is that easy for you just to wait for that?
No, I think it's the timing, I have to get experience, it's, if they say if you will be fighting like next world champion for the, the title, of course I'll go there, and fight. But like experience wise, yes, I need a little bit more experience. I had only 12 fights, so, but I will get experience doing only in the ring with a good opposition, I don't want to get with, not my level opponents, just to build the record like 20-0, or something. So I want to go get experience with good guys, and when I'll be ready, my manager will see, and everybody, and they will put me, I think, in the world title fight if I will deserve it, So it's up to me to show.
Fantastic. Well, best of luck to you, Eimantas.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. We appreciate the time, Eimantas. Can you give us any indication of which Biggie song you'll be coming out to tomorrow night?
You will hear.
All right, and we'll hear that on Showtime. We kick off the telecast 9 o'clock. Jerwin Ancajas versus Jonathan Rodríguez in the super flyweight title fight, and then Eimantas Stanionis will take center stage against Thomas Dulorme in the co-main event in a welterweight clash crossroads event, and then in the main event, Jaron boots Ennis against Sergey Lipinets. It's going to be an exciting night of fights on Showtime, 9 o'clock. Thank you, Eimantas, for the time, and thank you everyone for joining today's call. Take care.
Jesus. I've covered so much boxing today, man. So remember tomorrow, let me tell you right now exactly what time it's going to be. We're going to be here for the weigh-ins for this card. Also, I'm going to be here really early in the morning, I guess about 8 a.m. my time, Eastern, for the Conor Ben versus Samuel Vargas, Shannon Courtenay versus Ebony Bridges weigh-in. Then we got Joe Smith Jr. taking on Maxim Vlasov. F.A. Jagba also was on that top rank on ESPN card, along with Jared the new Big Baby Anderson, with a potential announcement of WBO 147-pound welterweight champion versus WBA champion in recess, welterweight 147-pound champion, Emmanuel Dapidran Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao. So that's something to look forward to. And I'm starting to believe it because ESPN has been really, really talking it up. So I'm like, damn, that shit's coming true. I want Sean Porter. Let me tell you what time this doggone weigh-in is. Hold on. For tomorrow. Let's see here. 11 a.m. Eastern. So it's going to be an early weigh-in. That's what's up. I keep forgetting. They've been doing them early. All right, cool. So we're going to be here at 11 a.m. Eastern. My time right now is 5 p.m. Eastern, 5:10. We're going to be here for the weigh-in for this card. If you want to see the individual interviews from all of these fighters while I was on the stream with my new technology. They are all uploaded on the channel. So make sure you like the video and subscribe. Let me show you. So I'm going to release the Jerwin and Ancajas one now. So basically you got Boots Ennis. You got my little recap preview right here. Let me zoom in. I got Dulorme, Ennis. You know, we did Joe Smith. So yeah, I'm getting much more efficient in being able to do this stuff in video. So as I said, we're going to be doing live fight commentary streams now. And yeah, it's lit. So Saturday for the Shannon Courtney, Ebony Bridges 118-pound WBA World Bantamweight title. I'm going to be streaming during that. We're going to have brief, fair use, legal highlights along with a post-fight interview. We're going to be streaming during the Conor Ben versus Samuel Vargas fight with brief, legal, fair use highlights and post-fight interview. We're going to be streaming during Joe Smith versus Maxim Vlasov. We're actually going to be doing something very different. We're going to be doing like a, you know what NFL Red Zone is? We're going to be doing something like that where we're going to be jumping. I'm going to be watching both cards simultaneously, and we're going to be jumping back and forth with highlights and everything. So it's going to be pretty lit tomorrow night. So not tomorrow night. Why I keep saying tomorrow night? Saturday night. Today is Thursday night. Tomorrow is weigh-ins. Tomorrow I'm going out for some oysters or something with my girl. I'm History Controversy with FightView360.com. We cover every single major fight live. Please subscribe. See you guys tomorrow.